everybody, and welcome to this video in which we are looking at Tricky Towers today. Now, Tricky Towers is pretty well known at this point. It's been around for quite a few years. It was on the Nintendo Switch as of 2 years ago. I think the PC release was about the same time, and it has had thousands and thousands of positive reviews come through. This is quite a popular game, which may make you wonder why we're actually covering it at this point. But what's happened is the good folk at Super Rare Games have picked this thing up to do a limited edition physical run, and they've been kind enough to send us across a copy of the physical product to give it a go. So yes, I've been playing this pretty much since launch on PC, but I haven't played it on the Switch as yet. So I thought I'd do a little video to look at it as a single player thing though, because what most people associate with Tricky Towers is the multiplayer experience. It is a very good multiplayer experience indeed, but not everybody likes the multiplayer thing, or if they do, they don't get a chance to play it as much as they like. So with a lot of multiplayer games, people wonder whether it's worth picking up if they're only going to play it once or twice over the course of a year. I'm happy to say that it has a very good single player mode as well, and I thought it'd be fun to do a video looking specifically at that, which is an angle that a lot of other people really haven't looked at so closely. So we'll jump into it. I'm recording this live, so you know, I might make mistakes as I talk. I might stutter along as we go, but yeah, it's a bit of a let's play. Let's put it that way. Let's jump into it. Press A to start, and as you can see straight away from the main menu, the multiplayer experience is definitely the focus. You've got local battle, online battle. The single player is there and it's perfectly prominent, but it is lower down on the menu items. So this game, once again, is not really talked about that much as a single player game. But as you can see, there's little Tetris blocks there, and everybody loves Tetris. That's what got me into it in the first place, and I haven't really played the multiplayer much anyway, because I'm not much of a multiplayer gamer. I don't get many chances to play local, and I just don't do online multiplayer at all. So I have got value out of this, and it's entirely because of this single player mode. Let's jump into that. And then you can see you've got lots of little characters that you can choose between. Some are original to Tricky Towers, but they've also partnered up with a bunch of indies that are well loved. Awesome noughts here: Towerfall, Armello, Nuclear Throne, Octodad. I always pick Armello because Armello's an Australian game, so I feel very close to that one, and it's also a really good strategy board game thing that I have not stopped playing for years. So having Armello there is pretty neat. Let's jump into that, and then you can pick the colour and shape, or not the shape, but the colour of your blocks. Let's go with the candy flavoured block. And then you've got choices between Trials and Endless. Let's go into Trials first. You've got plenty of trials. You can unlock more as you go along. It's got a lot, as you can see, a lot of contents to unlock. I haven't actually played any of the trials in the Switch version yet, so let's go with the first one. And you need to just grow the tower of blocks before the time runs out. So where Tetris is a game where you take the Tetris blocks and make them disappear by forming lines, with Tricky Towers the goal is to build a tower by building the blocks up as you go along. So it's slightly different in terms of the way that you need to think about the game as you play, and in this instance you need to get to a certain point before the time runs out. And as you can see, 3, 2, 1, here's my goal. So straight away I need to I've got 1 minute to get to that goal line there. It's not exactly hard. It is if I'm going to play like that. So you lose blocks, and that's not a good thing. It's very physics based, so if you don't place the blocks well, then you are indeed going to fail. And once you get to that spot, you've got a couple of seconds which the tower needs to stand, and once you do that, you finish. So I finished the first of the trials. Congratulations to me. You can go to the next one, or you can go to select trial. Trials is not really my thing with Tricky Towers single player. It's good, and there's 50 levels, as you can see, 50 medals to collect, so there's plenty of material there, but it's really not my thing. I'm more about the endless experience. I like to challenge myself this way. And you've got 3 options for endless: race challenge, puzzle challenge, and survival challenge. Now I'm going to go with survival challenge. I'm really not very high on the leaderboard right now because, like I said, I've been playing this on PC for a fair while, but I haven't... This is very new to me on Switch, and I haven't had a chance to build up a decent score. But let's just show you what this is like. So, as you can probably guess, with Endless, you just keep playing until you screw up. In this case, as you can see, my little avatar has 3 hearts underneath him. And once 3 blocks fall down and crash, then each time a block falls down, he loses 1 heart. When he's lost all 3 hearts, sorry, it is game over. And right now I've got a wave which is hiding where the blocks are, and I've actually misplaced that, so I've taken a damage. Each time you have a wave, it's slightly different rule set. So in that case, it was the impossible to see what you're doing challenge, but each wave has a different challenge. And at the moment, we're just building the tower up a bit. Oh, and now there's going to be a new challenge. What's this one? In this one, I can't actually flip the blocks around. I'm stuck playing with the way that the blocks are. That's probably the nicest challenge if you get decent blocks, but if you get bad blocks, then you're in all kinds of trouble. And because I hit that line, I just got a new special ability for my hero, my character. Oh dear. And that's it. That's going to be game over now. So, I got to my previous best score, but it wasn't exactly a good score, only 12. As you can see, it's very easy for this to fall down and you to fail quite quickly if you don't know what you're doing or you make stupid mistakes as I did in that case. Let's give it another go because, I don't know. Let's try it one more time to try and not embarrass myself by getting such a low score. One of the things about this game which I always find really interesting is that in Tetris you don't want to be leaving gaps, because gaps are pretty much the end of your game if you know, because you're trying to stop the blocks from actually accumulating to the top of the screen, and if they do, then it's game over. But in this case, you actually do want to use gaps quite strategically so you can build the tower up as efficiently as possible. And that challenge there actually really helped me, as you can see, because the big blocks I've been able to place and make my tower wider. I'm pretty proud about that. No, not proud. Proud's probably the wrong word. I'm pretty happy about that. That was a good moment for me. This is going to make it easier for me to survive this now. And I am now able to make a really nice wide tower. Now, as you saw, when I hit that dotted line, I got a magic ability. So I'm going to use that now. Oh no! I've lost everything. I've lost my whole tower. It's all done. It's all over. And just like that, my score is now 2. So I'm not having a good match right now. I'm not having a good game session. You're all going to be laughing at me while you watch this. But let's try a different mode. So race challenge is slightly different, as you can see, as you can probably imagine. We'll jump into race challenge. This time you need to keep the blocks ahead of a line that keeps growing. So you need to build up quickly, not just build, not just build, but also make sure that you're building up your blocks nice and quick. Because if that line catches you, then it's also game over. And I'm off to a decent-ish start here. I've widened my tower a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. And I'll be able to do it again here. But if you spend too long widening your tower, then that line catches you. And that's the end of your game. So it's about a balancing act with this particular mode of survival mode. It's all a balancing act. And I'm actually probably playing a little bit too conservatively in terms of building things. Once I hit that limit, then it got a little bit easier for me, but I am probably making it a little bit too easy for that line to catch me. I'm not building up fast enough. But, you know, it is what it is. So using a magic item, that actually helps by sticking everything so it doesn't fall down so easily. Different magic items do those things for you. And I got that because I hit that line, which... oh dear. I'm being caught now. I'm going to have to grow fast. The tension is real. The tension is very much real. Right. Ah, that was a waste. So, you do that. It's not the end of the game this time around. It just makes it a bit harder. Because you've got one less block to rely on. This is actually a particularly hard game to talk about as you're playing. I've just noticed that because I'm concentrating so hard, I'm actually not talking as clearly as I might like to have. Probably should have just done a normal video here and recorded the voice after. But I made my decision. I'm sticking with it. Let's see if I can just get to that line. Okay. So now my tower is looking very flimsy indeed, but that item helped, as you saw that. So the magic that I used there actually stuck that block right there, which was so useful because now I can use that as the basis for a new tower. And the blocks are falling down faster now, so everything's getting harder. Everything. Oh. So this one helps by sticking blocks down. Oops! I've lost it all. Oh dear. It's all down. It's all over. Oh, there's no way I'm going to survive this now. The blocks are all... It's all so awkward now to try and place blocks down that there's just no way I'm going to survive this. I don't think. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that top now. No. It's all over. There we go. Like a house of cards, it all just fell down. And at the end you get to finish it off and see your wonderful tower effort. That was that. So we'll show you the other mode, which is Puzzle Challenge, which I haven't even played on the Switch yet. So Puzzle Challenge is, as the name suggests, a bit more of a puzzling experience. There we go. That is it. That's puzzle mode. Alright, so that's just to show you quickly all the various bits and pieces to do with the single player mode of Tricky Towers. I do like this game. I think it is a very fun little game. If you're concerned about it for whatever reason because it has that reputation for being a multiplayer focused thing, as you can see there is plenty there. There's plenty of challenge. It's got online leaderboards so you can challenge yourself or your friends and you can try to move up the rankings there. As you can see, some people are particularly good at Tricky Towers. It's one of those games that people spend a lot of time playing. And I don't have too much else to add. Thank you very much to Super Rare Games for sharing this copy of this thing. It is, once again, it's not really what I usually cover at digitallydownloaded.net, but I do like this game, and it's one of those indie hits that's very much worth championing, and tongue-tied now. It's very much worth talking about and celebrating for being one of those little indie creative games that people really love, and rightfully so. So pick it up if you haven't already. Thanks very much for watching. We will be back with another video soon. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos, because that helps me to do more of them. You can even click the little bell there to make sure that you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. I do quite a few, so you'll get more than a few notifications, but you won't miss anything that way. If you do enjoy my videos, please do consider backing me on Patreon, because I've got big plans for this channel, but it still needs to grow, and your support is very much worthwhile from that perspective. If you want to see more ideas come out of what I can do, and what else do I need to say? One more plug. Yes, please do buy my visual novels. If you do enjoy visual novels, I have created some using the digitallydownloaded.net mascot, Dee, and they're good fun. People seem to enjoy them, and you can grab those on itch.io. All the links are at the bottom of the video. Thank you very much for watching. It is the end of the week as I record this, so I want to wish you all a great weekend. Hope you get to play some fun, entertaining games, and perhaps Tricky Towers if you haven't already. And do check out Super Rare Games' website, not just for this one. They do pick up a whole bunch of different games for physical releases that may not get one otherwise. So especially if you're into the indie scene, check them out. You will find some pretty neat games on there. Thanks as always for watching. We will see you next time.